It's been nearly 3 full years since we examined the fleet of Etihad. The Abu Dhabi-based airline is the smallest of its Gulf rivals but continues to refine its strategy to remain competitive. Over the past few years, the number of aircraft within the Etihad fleet has grown by nearly 40%. Let's take a look at all the changes and the current state of the carrier for today's video. At a glance, the mainline Etihad Airways passenger fleet consists of the following aircraft types, variants and quantities according to planespotters.net as of early September 2025. The website shows that the airline has 15 A320-200s, 1 A320neo, 9 A321-200s, 8 A321neos, some of which are long-range variants, 8 A350-1000s, 9 A380s, 9 777-300ERs, 36 787-9s, and finally 10 787-10s. This makes for a total of 105 passenger aircraft. We should also note that Etihad operates a total of 5 777F freighters. And so a fair bit has changed since we last looked at Etihad's collection of aircraft. In November 2022, the airline had 76 aircraft. We won't read them all out, but you can see the list here. So, comparing the two lists, Etihad's fleet in 2025 has 1 more A320-200, 3 more A350-1000s, 1 more 787-10, and 6 more 787-9s. And then, of course, the 1 A320neo and 9 A321neos are relatively new additions to the fleet. Additionally, in a major capacity boost, the airline has reactivated or is in the process of reactivating 9 of its 10 Airbus A380s. 2 of these 9 are more recent reactivations and have not yet re-entered commercial passenger service. Indeed, they are only set to re-enter service in 2027, so we're talking quite a long reactivation process. Nonetheless, it's extremely exciting news for fans of the A380, and we suppose for anyone who can afford their unique residence suite. For anyone wondering, these super jumbos are of course based in Abu Dhabi, but are deployed to cities like London, Singapore, Paris, and Toronto. The one and only A320neo is quite a peculiarity, especially since there are no more A320neos in the order book. We know that the airline had ordered A320neos for Air Serbia and then cancelled them, but this single airframe seems somewhat unrelated. According to planespotters.net, the A320neo registered Alpha 6 Echo Juliet Bravo was previously operated by Bamboo Airways between March 2021 and October 2023. It eventually made its way to Etihad in November 2024, entering service with the carrier the following month. Not only is it the lone variant of its kind flying for Etihad, but it has a highly unique non-standard appearance, dressed up with a Chennai Super Kings livery. Even more strange is that the jet, at least at the time of researching for this video, has not flown since late July. Prior to this, it mainly operated service to Chennai with an occasional trip to Doha. So we're not quite sure what will happen to this jet. Seeing as Etihad's A321LRs are a fairly new addition to the fleet, we should take a look at their unique position in the airline's operations. On board these longer-range narrow-bodies are 2 private first suites in a 1-1 configuration. These suites include a buddy seat with baby bassinet option. Naturally, the seat converts into a lie-flat bed. There's also a cocktail table with wireless charging, a 4K 20-inch touchscreen with Bluetooth audio, as well as power outlets. High-speed Wi-Fi is complimentary. Business features forward-facing fully flat beds in a 1-1 configuration. There are retractable armrests for easy direct aisle access, and like first class, there's a cocktail table with wireless charging. For these seats, there are 4K 17.3-inch touchscreens with Bluetooth audio, as well as power outlets. In economy class, there's a 4K 13.3-inch touchscreen monitor, a 4-way adjustable headrest, and USB A and C charging. Extra legroom seats have 34-inch pitch, while it's 30 inches for regular/standard economy. Seats recline up to 5 inches. It's interesting that the airline has yet to follow the trend of offering a premium economy class. It's a holdout, just like its nearby rival Qatar Airways. The A321LRs enable Etihad to do multiple things. For example, it can grow frequencies where they might not otherwise be feasible. It can introduce first-class service in a limited way to markets that did not previously have it. It can make a seasonal route year-round, and it can right-size capacity with demand, whether entirely, seasonally, or at particular times of the day. So we'll have to see if Etihad's bet on the A321LR will pay off. It's a very different strategy from Emirates and its all-wide-body fleet. Another big change in recent times is a major order from the carrier. It was in mid-May that Etihad placed an order for 28 Boeing wide-body aircraft in a deal that has a total value of nearly $14.5 billion. The announcement came during President Donald Trump's trip to the United Arab Emirates as part of a broader visit to 3 Middle Eastern countries. The announcement covers an order for 28 planes comprising a mix of 787s and 777Xs. It's not immediately clear how many of each aircraft are included in the agreement. In a statement, the White House said the following: "With the inclusion of the next-generation 777X in its fleet plan, the investment deepens the long-standing commercial aviation partnership between the UAE and the United States, fueling American manufacturing, driving exports." Etihad Airways noted the importance of this deal for increasing demand for air travel and its related growth plans. Antonio Neves, Chief Executive Officer at Etihad Airways, said, "This commitment reflects our approach of carefully managing our fleet and expanding in line with demand and our long-term network plans. Since 2023, we've made consistent additions to our fleet, and this latest step ensures we continue to meet our future requirements." The planes will be delivered from 2028 and will, quote, "support Etihad's existing plans for growth in connectivity, operational efficiency, and guest experience." When it comes to the Boeing versus Airbus debate, Etihad has a good mix of aircraft from each plane maker. Sure, the carrier has gone full Airbus for its narrow-body operations, but it is clearly heavily invested in Boeing wide-bodies for the foreseeable future. In terms of undelivered aircraft, CHAviation.com data states the following still due at the airline: 10 A321neos, 28 A321LRs, 12 A350-1000s, 8 777-8s, 17 777-9s, 20 787-10s, and 5 787-9s. The inclusion of a 777-8 order is interesting, as it's the shorter 777X variant that'll come years after the 777-9. With delays in the 777-9's entry into service, we have to wonder if the carrier will eventually get impatient and opt to swap this part of its order for 787s or 777-9s. But that's our fleet examination of Etihad Airways in 2025. The A380s are back and serving major international cities around the world, and the airline is betting big on Boeing for newer long-haul wide-body aircraft over the next decade. So, what do you think of the Etihad fleet in 2025? Which aircraft operated by the carrier are your favourites? Let us know by leaving a comment. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles and a podcast every week. Visit simpleflying.com.